being able to process your information, your emotion, it gives you psychic powers. That's fact. Don't fucking laugh at it. That's really, really fact. It gives you some psychic, like some kind of like magic powers, because now when you have a particular emotion, right? There's no thinking process. There's no analysis. Only you just jumping into action. Good. We are back again. Okay, we're back again on part 2. So let us jump right into this straight up. Okay, now, like I was saying before, right? When you have a particular emotion, right? There's no thinking process. There's no analysis. Only you just jumping into action. Emotion like anger, pleasure, greediness, like all these things that just allow you to just have your emotions skyrocket. Okay, and that is why, right? That's why, right? When you have a particular emotion, you are always forced to want to do something. Tell me if I'm wrong. Just tell me if I'm wrong. When you feel a particular emotion, right, you feel like you want to do something, on which at that point you begin to struggle either to do that thing or not, because deep down you don't want to do it. But originally, that emotion wants you to do something. That emotion wants you to react. Okay, that emotion wants you to what? To react. It gets you to want to do something, want to take action. But you now begin to use willpower to not want yourself to do that action. You now become what in this conflict. Okay, and for some time, right, willpower might work for you. Okay, but it's not supposed to be that way, because when willpower is not there anymore, what will happen? You now react. For example, let's refer to like watching porn. You have that particular urge. Okay, and at that point now you start struggling whether you should do it or not, or that kind of thing. They now begin to use willpower to like hold yourself back from not doing it. At the end of the day, you might win and not do it, but these are willpower is not there. What will happen to you? You just fall like a fucking dog-ass bitch nonsense nigga. Okay, chat. That's why it's much more solid, right? To ask yourself that what is this emotion telling me? That is one. And what is the emotion telling me to do? Okay? When you're able to do these two things, you'll be able to remove that stress of relying on willpower. You'll just remove it from yourself, like in general. Okay? This is like trying to like chop down a particular tree, right? Let me give you an example, right? Trying to chop down a particular tree with just a blunt axe. Now, would it be easy for you to cut down that tree? Of course not, because you are wasting energy, you are wasting strength. Okay, when you can just spend hours and just trying to sharpen that particular axe. When you sharpen it, you just cutting the tree will become easier for you. That is the same with our emotion. When you spend more time processing it, we're able to act in the right way. We're able to think clearly, because you see, at that point, because when we feel particular emotion, we have default behaviors. Okay, we have default behavior that we don't want to get conclusion on. But when we are able to process our emotion, we have alternatives. We are taking cleaning now, even though not that clean, but it's a little bit cleaning. Okay, so when you're able to process your emotion, okay, you're able to act in the right way instead of using willpower to try to overcome it or that numb it. Okay, and one thing you have to remember, right, is that when you really feel an emotion, right, you are thinking in black and white. Okay, you are thinking, your brain is not clear. Your brain is full of fog. It's not processed very, very well. Okay, so you're not thinking clearly. You are thinking in black and white. Okay, so you are much more prone to jump into action immediately, fast, because why? Your thinking process is being clouded with emotions. Okay, and at that point, you want to take action that satisfy you, your inner self. Okay, so black and white, your thinking process. Okay, so now, for example, right, if you feel uncomfortable about probably your relationship, right? Okay, and beneath that uncomfortable feeling, if not processed, okay, if not like if you refuse to process the reason why you're feeling uncomfortable, right? Beneath it lies anger, lies worry, lies insecure, lies emotions that are trying to tell you something. I've not been in a relationship before, but those who have been in a relationship before can tell you because they feel it most of the times. Okay, and beneath that uncomfortable feeling about their relationship, they tend to have worriness, anger, jealousy. Okay, but when you are able to process that information, right, you make it easier for you to not be able to come to a fast conclusion. Okay, because when you refuse to process that emotion, right, you want to come to a quicker conclusion. And the reason is because you are taking in black and white and you want to fulfill your desire. You want to feel that, that innate human, desire to just, that pleasure. Okay, and previously in my other video when I was talking about how to like pause and start again, right? I said that emotions are sort of motivation. Okay, so when you feel uncomfortable about your relationship, right? Maybe you think your partner is cheating on you, right? At that point, what do? You know that at that point your emotions are at its peak. Okay, like your emotions are like high level. Okay, so you feel uncomfortable. Okay, and let's go back a little bit. Your emotions at its peak. Okay, and emotions serve as motivation. Okay, now at that point, when you feel uncomfortable about your relationship, you think your partner is cheating on you, you become motivated to take action to be sure if she or he is cheating on you. Now at that point, you are not jumping to conclusion to want to take action to be sure if she. Now this might not be bad to some people, okay, but just stay with me, okay. Now at that point, you have taken conclusion and checking if to be sure if she or she is still right. Now you have also been motivated to take action, all because of the emotion that you are feeling, that uncomfortable feeling. You have took action to try to check if maybe your partner is cheating on you, and sometimes you might not even check at all. So sometimes you might be giving attitude. And probably it's not because she might be cheating on you, but probably it's because it's coming from you. You're feeling insecure and you refuse to want to what? Check the reason why you're feeling insecure or angry or mad. That kind of you refuse to check inside of you first and try to project an emotion onto your partner. This is how your emotion directs your movements. Okay, these are what they direct your movement, and it's not you processing your emotion. Okay, you trying to try to check if your partner is, it's you giving into them. It is you giving into your what? Into your emotion, and that will end up happening if you continue to use willpower to suppress the emotion or want to take action to confirm if your partner is cheating on you because you feel bad. Okay, chat, are you guys following me? Are you following me? Because I have to, with you guys, I'm not cutting the fucking stream, okay? Nah, I'm only cutting from my YouTube, okay? Because I don't want it to be too fucking long. Okay? You have to take action to want to check if she's cheating on you. You are also trying to use willpower to suppress that emotion to want to take action because you feel like, okay, it's bad to want to do to project it. Just fucking stupid ass stuff, bro. Now because you don't want to confirm if she really cheating on you, you now use alcohol or any other coping mechanism to be able to suppress that emotion or feeling of your partner cheating on you, and probably she might even be cheating on you. And the issue that you just don't want to accept that fact that, okay, your partner is cheating on you. And it's very, this is look, this topic is really broad, chat. This topic is really But see, I want to keep on talking. You guys will fucking get bored. Okay, and this is kind of thing that you guys try to like avoid because you know the truth, but you just don't want to go there. Okay, and this is what causes most people, right, to go into the solution of not wanting to date because they feel like, okay, oh, their partner is cheating on them. You know what? The solution, I will not fucking date anymore again, which is you still trying to avoid a particular emotion. You're not trying to date. It is you still trying to what up because at that point you fucking broke up with her because you are feeling angry, because I'm feeling insecure, because I'm feeling certain way. Now, I'm not saying that you should not break up with your girlfriend if she cheated on you, but deep down, probably should never cheat on yourself. But because you have already quitted this particular thing, my wife cheated on me, so fuck it, I'm leaving her. And this is exactly what happens when what you're able to process your information. You begin to end up in the middle, whether to like take action or not, whether like date or not date, whether like leave your girl or leave your man or not leave your man or not leave your girl. Okay? So it's a fucking problem. The fucking chaos. Okay, and one thing you have to understand is that, and one thing you have to know is that that action, right? That action, whether you take it or not, be it date or no date, whether you take it or not, it has its own emotion behind it that you are still avoiding. If you date, you'll be able to you start facing that insecure feeling of wow, I'm trying to watch this girl, that she wants it on me. You become jealous, you become, certain things. If you don't date, you feel loneliness, you feel isolation, you feel depressed. Do you see? Each and every tunnel has its own fucking emotion behind it that you are avoiding. Okay? And like I said before, right, rejection, one particular side can have rejection, can have betrayal, while the other side can have isolation and loneliness. Okay, and all these emotions, right? All these emotions that you're avoiding, you keep on running from each other every single time, from one action to another, to avoid the emotion beneath them. And this is what happens, right? When you don't process your emotion, they become dormant. Whether you take action or not, those emotions that you're feeling, they become fucking dormant. So at that point, when you start doing something that will lead to that emotional uproar, you will start seeing that all those dormant emotions will start coming back up. Then before you now run back to another particular action. You now want to suppress, the other one start coming up, now run back again. Back and forth. Do you see how stupid that is? You are living in constant crisis if you are living like that, going back and forth just to avoid your confrontation of your emotions. And I don't blame you, okay? It's not your fault. It's not your fault because you don't actually know how to process your information. And some of you guys will be like, oh, I'm supposed to, you are supposed to know. Yes, don't get me wrong, you're supposed to know, but it's a very few people that even tend to teach something like this or how to go about it. It's not taught in schools. It's not taught in university. Okay, even me that is able to teach right now, right? You still have to learn it through experience. Because I can say it, and some of you guys know put in practice. You still have to learn it through experience. Now the question for you is, or for all of you guys that are watching, right, is okay, how do I prevent myself from piling up emotions of which you're already used to? Which is another thing, right? That's a fucking question. How am I able to stop myself from piling up emotion? And I'll keep on saying it is through emotional processing. And experience your emotions in real time, in the moment. Don't numb them, don't have to push them away. Experience them in fucking moment, bro. Okay, emotional processing, right, is not about reacting to your emotions. Okay, it's not about reacting to them, it's not about giving in to them. It is two different things. Reacting to emotions, right, is programming yourself. Okay, now let me say it's a program that your emotion has program you to act a certain way. That is you reacting to your emotion. Okay, the emotions has programmed you to act a certain way when you feel a particular way, then boom, just fucking acting that way. That's what the default action. Okay, now why emotion is decoding, like why emotion is decoding that particular program. Okay, you have to be able to reprogram it or reprogram your emotion or your default behavior with your knowledge, because now your emotion has programmed your fucking body to act a certain way. So now your own job now is to do what? Is to fucking be able to deprogram that program and reprogram it with your own knowledge, with your own presence, because now all those default behavior that you have, it happened without your presence, without your own acknowledgement. Okay, and I'll let you guys on the secret, right? Let me let you guys on a fucking secret, right? When you're able to learn this fucking emotional processing shit, you'll be fucking free. Okay, you'll be free. That's the reason why some people have this always on fucking suicidal rates, because they have a lot of emotion that are piling up and they don't know how to fucking, process it, and they just do what they end up killing themselves because they don't know how to process that fucking emotion. Okay, emotional processing, right, is a one-way ticket to having freedom of oneself, of oneself. This book, the Way of the Superior Man, it call it owning your darkest desires, being free, like a fucking breeze, just go with the flow. It's very hard to go with the flow as a man. It's very, very hard, but that's what you need. You see, right? Like it might sound funny, right? But being able to process your information, your emotion, like gives you psychic powers. That's fact. Don't fucking laugh at it. That's really, really fact. It gives you some psychic, like some kind of like magical powers, because now you understand yourself on a deeper level. Okay, you can even go as far as making moves that might make you look smart, because you understand your emotions. You are beginning to take action that are aligned with those emotions. Like I said before, this is the reason why we have master manipulators, because they are able to understand their emotions on a deeper level, not just some kind of surface level. Okay, they won't go as far as they won't control. They avoid these movements. Anakojikon, Clash of the fucking elite. Season 4 has come outside. I don't know watch it yet. But if you look at that fucking movie, right? That guy, he uses your own emotion against you. Okay? But him, he understands himself to a deeper level. Okay, so two things that you have to know, right? Two things, I'm checking the time, okay? Two things that you have to know about your emotion is that, one, what is this emotion trying to tell me? Okay, because your emotions will never keep short, especially if you are about to take a particular action that you're not used to or you're uncomfortable with. It will be every single time. That's why it's much more wiser to process them than try to numb them. You guys will think I'm joking until all these psychological people start agreeing to it. Okay, process them. Never numb it. Never what? Numb it. Okay. Now, the second one is, what is that emotion trying to motivate me to do? What is it? Because your emotion, like I said before, it's trying to tell you to do something. Okay, you see that this part of you have to get it, because most of you guys, right, you are willing to do anything to try to overcome your emotion or give it to it. Okay, this particular part, when you are trying to look at, okay, what is my emotion trying to motivate me to do? If you're not careful, you will think that what you are doing might be that particular thing, like how do I put English? If you're not careful, right, you'll be able to fall into the idea of thinking that, okay, what you are doing right now is what your emotion is motivating to do, of which is not. It don't motivate you to do anything. that is negative. Okay, because the moment you are doing it, you start what having that feeling on your chest that okay, you are doing like something is not right. Okay, now this is the tricky part. You have to like understand, chat. Our emotions, or let me say, most of the emotions that we experience, right, are the ones that are left unprocessed. Okay, the emotions that we're feeling, right, are the ones that we left unprocessed in the past. Okay, now these are like 20 minutes video, right, guys? This part, so I'll probably do part 3, then that will be the end of the fucking vlog because I'm still in my zone. Okay, I'm still in my zone, right? So let us do a fucking pause for the fucking thumbnail. Okay, that's one. Probably another one is like, let me see, another one is like something like this.